Right. Yeah, so thank you to the intro, and thank you to the organizers and the committee, and thank you all for being here. I'm excited to share my image with you, but I'm really more excited to convince you that mucus is interesting and fun to study. Um, so most people maybe think of mucus as snot or something gross or some sort of waste product, but it's really, really important to actually, it covers all our epithelial cells that aren't covered by skin. So it's around 2,000 square feet. So it covers all our eyes, all our nose, all our lungs, our stomach, our GI tract, our reproductive tract. So around 2,000 square feet is covered by mucus. And if you pay rent here in Boston or Cambridge, that's really prime real estate. Um, and it has a number of really important roles, right? It hydrates and lubricates these surfaces. So every time you blink or breathe or swallow, that's all facilitated by mucus. And it also acts as a barrier, right? So anything we ingest, any sort of virus or different type of foreign body, it has to go across the mucus barrier before it can harm our epithelial cells. And I'm interested in this barrier function of mucus. Mucus also has another sort of important function. It's a major home for most of our microbiome. So I'm sure most of you know we're colonized by trillions of bacteria, and most of those bacteria actually live within our mucus layer. So within our gut, many of microbes live there, and they do have important jobs like breaking down our food, producing vitamins, and protecting us from foreign pathogens. And mucus really carves out that environmental habitat that's home to most of our microbiome. So what is mucus actually? Mucus is really mainly composed of a protein. We've heard a lot about protein so far, but this is a sort of different one. It's called a mucin protein. It's a bottle brush-like polymer, we call it. It's bottle brush just because of the shape. It's what can be used to clean out glasses or vials in the lab. And we purify this from a variety of different sources. So from pig intestines or pig stomachs or human saliva. So if you're interested in donating saliva, please come talk to me afterwards. And what we do is after purification, when we rehydrate it and we look at that, this is what we see. And other than being this really striking image, what this is a rare glimpse of one of the major interfaces between us and our environment. This is the mucus barrier. This is what protects us from everything that we ingest. And in the best case, it prevents viruses from going across, but in disease cases like cystic fibrosis, mucus has gone wrong. So cystic fibrosis, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, those are mucus-related diseases. But then other therapeutics we take, any oral therapeutic we take has to come across this mucus barrier. So how can we engineer things to get across this mucus barrier? And imaging this mucus barrier really helps us understand how it functions. We're also interested in how environmental contaminants, different types of pollutants that we ingest, how it damages this mucus barrier and leads to other sorts of diseases. There are mucosal associated cancers like lung cancer and ovarian cancer that understanding how this barrier function is really crucial to developing new types of therapeutics to treat those diseases. Also, mucus is just fun and cool. So with that, I was, great support from my lab, and this was done with 2 undergrads, and I think one might be here. I'm not sure, but Chris and Luke, and then the core facility here, this Peterson Nanotechnology, and David and Abigail worked there, and lots of funding from different places.